everybody. This is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And I have entitled this video, "Oh, to be a Black American," because it's almost as if we are at a crossroads right now. We are in everybody's mouth. We are on everybody's radar. Everybody's got something to say. And it has thrown a lot of our people into a state of confusion. You will often hear Black Americans say, we just be minding our own business, and here comes somebody got a problem with us just being ourselves, minding our business, and not bothering anybody. It can be concerning, but it is a challenging time for us, and it's a time where we will have to make a decision about who we are and who we want to be and how we want to go forward in life. So I'm going to share a story with you that I used to read to my elementary school students. And then I'm going to show you some videos to illustrate what I mean by Black Americans being at a crossroads as to who we are. So the story I want to share is about an old man and his grandson. They had a donkey that they were going to take to market to sell. So they cleaned the donkey up and fed him really well. And then on the day that they were getting ready to go to market, they decided that the grandson would ride the donkey and the grandfather would walk beside. And as they traveled down the road, they heard people whispering, "Look at that sorry kid riding the donkey while the old man walks." So they decided to switch riders. Grandfather rode the donkey while grandson walked beside them. They went down the road a piece. Sure enough, somebody said, "Look at the old man riding the donkey while the young boy walks. How selfish." So then they decided both of them would ride the donkey. So the grandfather got back on the donkey and they went down the road a piece. And again, they heard people whispering, "Look at that sorry pair riding that donkey. He's going to be worn out by the end of the day." So they got off the donkey and decided that neither one of them would ride the donkey. So they went further down the road, and sure enough, they heard somebody say, "Look at that dumb pair. They could be riding that sure-footed beast, and yet they walk." So in the late afternoon, they entered the marketplace carrying the donkey. They had heard so many negative comments along the way that they had lost sight of what actually made sense. Carrying the donkey was the dumbest thing of all. And the moral of the story is you can't please everybody. And if you try, you will lose yourself. The takeaway from the story is you have to make a decision that you think is the best and stick with it because people are going to talk regardless to what you do. So we as an ethnic group are going to have to make a decision about who we are and stick with it. And we're not on a time frame. We have time to decide how we're going to come together and be an ethnic group that we can be satisfied with. But let's get into the videos.
Coming to terms with how anti-black the world is has been very, very odd. Well, how anti-black American the world is. Let me be specific. Like, we literally get smoke from all angles. You know, me just expressing my point of view, giving a perspective, the same as anybody else. My race is automatically attacked. My culture is automatically attacked. My lineage is automatically attacked. My complexion has gotten attacked. My hair texture is attacked. The way I dress is attacked. Like, there literally are people pretending to pick cotton as a dig. It's utterly disgusting, you know, and responding to people, meeting them where they are. It's like we're just automatically supposed to turn the other cheek and always take the fucking high road. Like, what is that? The world is so used to beating us down. I just saw this African woman going on a rant about how much she just hates Black Americans, and she lives in America. Like, ma'am, do you not understand that civil rights laws are primarily one of the reasons why you're able to successfully migrate here and set up shop and create a life for yourself? Like, It's just mind-boggling. I did not know that it was like this. And starting my journey on social media has been crazy, even with TikTok. Like literally, me responding to racist comments, my comments get flagged. I have to appeal comments, yet the racism just easily bleeds through. It's so crazy. It kind of feels like being on an island alone. Spread love, it's your Brooklyn way. It's the Brooklyn way. My hair is crazy, but it's flying all over the place.
So, one of the things that you have to do as a Black American is accept the position that we hold in the world. We are Americans. Picking cotton, just to clarify, is what put America on the map. This empire was built on the cotton industry. We were here. Our ancestors picked that cotton. That's what gives us the agency in America. And that is why you don't need to be looking for validation with Africans or Caribbeans or any black people or any white people. Now, when black people first started calling ourselves African Americans, there were white people, and I'm not talking about these off the wall racists. I'm talking about just regular white people told black people, stop calling yourselves Africans. You are Americans. And we didn't listen to that. But that was the advice that we should have taken, because the reason that Africans have wedged their way into our square and into our spot is because we were calling ourselves Africans. We didn't mean anything by it. It wasn't any reference to any of them, but they thought that it meant something to them. They thought we were trying to identify with them. When in fact, I know that I was thinking about our ancestors. My ancestors actually came from Africa. But when they came up with the idea of delineation, now the Africans are all over the place calling Tariq Nasheed's radio show whining because black Americans say we don't want anything to do with you. Some black Americans saying, I didn't come from Africa. We've been here all the time. We built this. So we have to bond with the idea that we don't really have a connection to Africa, really, unless you really want to. Our life is here. We built this, whether we built it picking cotton or eating peanuts or digging ditches, we still built an empire that they wish they could be a part of, but they're not. So you really have to accept your place in the world as a black American. We are the gold standard of blackness. Africans and black immigrants, all those people are really non starters. They're irrelevant to who we are and what we're doing in America. And until you get that, those people will always have the power to make you feel bad. See, they can't make me feel bad. I'm an elder in the black American community, and I know the history. And I know they're not hitting on anything in their countries. They are the majority in their country. And maybe it would do them some good to learn how to pick cotton, because they are the majority in their countries. And white people own their mineral and natural resources. They speak the white man's language. He went over there and took over their educational system. They don't have as much freedom in their country as we have in ours. At least that's what I've been told. But anyway, you have to accept the fact that we are the gold standard for blackness. We are influential, not just in America, but throughout the world. And so you really cannot give these people your energy. Now listen to this video, because this one is the one that I think clarifies everything.
I'm probably about to piss off a lot of you super pro-black people. Don't get me wrong. I'm black. I love my black people. But you black people who be running to Africa and basically be begging Africans to allow you to integrate yourself into their culture, begging Africa to accept you, it really make you come off as like an orphan. It really make you come off as if like a mixed person with an identity crisis, because we have our own culture here. Black Americans, we are black. We are a different type of black people. Even our features are different. We a different group of people, and that's fine. But when you running to a completely different continent, begging them to let you in their country, wearing their clothes, talking a language, adopting a culture, and basically just integrating yourself into their culture, even though you don't know anything about it, you don't know anything about their history, you don't know nothing about their heritage, you don't know nothing about their traditions or none of that stuff. You just basically saying, pick me, let me come and integrate myself here, and I want to be accepted. It makes you look like a mixed person with nowhere to go, that just begging for a home, and make you look like an orphan. The reason why I feel like that's kind of disingenuous, because I feel like you minimizing the culture of the people, not only there, but the culture that we have here. We've had a lot of black Americans that died for us to be here. We had a lot of black Americans that died for us to be able to say what we want, do what we want, to be able to be treated better than an object, for us to be able to speak up for ourselves. We had a lot of our people, a lot of our ancestors are buried here, and they died for us to be able to stand up for ourselves. So for y'all to basically run to a different continent, leave your whole culture behind, leave your people behind to try to adopt a different group of people's culture just so that you could fit in, begging them to allow you to be in there, it looked very weak. I'm just saying, it just looks really weak. And if there's things that you don't like about our culture here in America as black Americans, then how about you be the difference? The culture that you want, how about you practice it? The way that you want to be treated, how about you treat other black people the way you want to be treated? The community that you want, how about you start it here? Because no matter where you go, no matter what you wear, I don't care how many African dashikis you wear, I don't care how many languages you learn, I don't care where you travel to, I don't care where the fuck your house built, your blood is here. The people that came before you is here. And subconsciously, Africans will know that, and you will know that. So all of those people that like to run away, and you want to run away from the fight, I don't judge you. I'm just saying it look kind of weak. That's all I'm saying.
He said it all. He's a young man, but he said it all. And I want to emphasize one point that he made that black people in America have to get. We are a different kind of black people. The end.